Hello, my fellow comic book collectors. It's Alan, the Comic Collector Geek, and this is part 3 of this latest unboxing. Lots of cool stuff. Lots of cool stuff. This is what I'm going to be showing today. This is mostly my comic shop orders. Ding. The next 2 parts will also be a lot more my comic shop orders. So it'll be pretty cool little series within this new series of unboxings. So I'll get right into it with the very first book. This one I actually got from eBay. This is Jane Arden, and it's, I forgot what issue number it is. It's number 1. This is number 1. So there was only 2 issues of Jane Arden, and I picked both up. It's sort of like Good Girl meets Detective, if I guess that would be some way of describing it. I just thought it looked interesting. Figured I'd check it out. They weren't expensive. Like, I think they range from $50 to $100 range. But I thought they looked cool. So Jane Arden number 1. And the next one, this one's really cool. I actually got this really affordably too. Just checking the condition on it. Looks pretty good. This is Foremost Comics number, I have no idea. Oh, volume 7, number 6. But this is an L.B. Cole cover. And this eagle that you see up here, L.B. Cole uses a lot. There's certain things that he recycles, I find. He has this skull with the hair, and he also recycles this bird. I have another comic, I think it's like Silver Streak or one of those ones where this bird reappears. So yeah, but this one definitely a cool book. It'll be cool art on the cover. So next one is first lot from my comic shop. I'm being attacked by the tape. Okay. And let's see. I can even tell you how much I paid for these. Okay, so the first one. This one was on my want list, and what I do is whenever I get notifications, I try to pick them up. So I just saw somebody else showed this one. I thought, oh, this one's really cool. So basically, it's Archie number 95. Nice golden age Archie, and he's like making fun of Betty's swimsuit. You can see her in the background. She's all upset, and then he's like, hey, Veronica, look what Betty's wearing. And they're wearing the exact same swimsuit, and he's just kind of making fun of her. So that was kind of cute. And this one is actually really hard to get, usually pretty pricey for a modern book. And this is Roger Rabbit, number 12. I think they actually, because of the overt sexualness of this cover, they actually, I think, recalled it, or they banned it or something. It was some weird thing with this book. So this is Roger Rabbit number 12. It's just a really great Jessica Rabbit tied up there. Great bondage cover. And you got Roger Rabbit kind of coming in to save the day. So it's a really cool one. Roger Rabbit number 12. And next one is another series that I'm trying to complete. I have a bunch of random Golden Age series that are very short series. So I figured, hey, why not get the complete series? This is another one. This one's actually from a Canadian publisher called Superior Comics. And it's Brenda Starr. Actually, one of these was actually mentioned in The Seduction of the Innocent, I believe number 5, where there's like an operating table in there. I think Wortham had issues with something with blood transfusion or something like that. It was some weird thing. But yeah, so this is Brenda Starr number 12. Just a very simple cover. This one doesn't go for as much because it isn't as maybe overt, or some of the other Brenda stars are pretty great Good Girl art covers. This one's a little bit more simple, but still kind of cool, and it helps me complete the run, so that's why I picked it up. And it's actually nice condition. Yeah, well, it says it's a 3.5, but looks like a nice solid 4 at least. Okay, and the next one is another collection. This one's from Ajax, that I like a few of the covers from, so I've been picking them up. Some kind of pre-code horror meets Good Girl, if that makes sense. And you'll see what I mean. So you got the Good Girl here and the pre-code horror here. And he's getting a little handsies with her. No, go away. You promised me no more time. You promised me more time. Oh, sorry. Sorry, I read that weird. You promised me more time. And this one, just a really nice purple cover. Haunted Thrills, number 17. Just a really great skull cover, too. So, this is Ajax. And there's actually a superior that's very similar to Haunted Thrills. And actually, I can tell you how much I paid for these. They're really inexpensive. The Haunted Thrills was the most expensive, and that was $137. The Brenda Star was $80. The Roger Rabbit was $2. I saw it listed at $30 some places. And then the Archie was $21. So really, really affordable for some of these cool books. Next is whatever's inside this. I have no idea what this is. It's just... Oh, wow. This is a big book. Really big book. Really rare. I've been looking for this book for a while now, just because it is a cool one. This is... And you won't be able to see it from this, what I'm showing here, but you'll have to trust me. This is Air Fighters Comics, number 3. And I actually have 1, 2, and 3 now. So I'm getting a bit of a run for this one. This is a very key book because it actually features the first appearance of the Heap. The Heap was basically a German pilot that crash landed in a swamp and got merged with this swamp and became sort of a swamp creature. You could almost say like a swamp thing, or maybe a man thing. That was actually, he's the inspiration for both Swamp Thing and Man Thing. So the Heap made his first appearance in this book. It's a very cool Golden Age book. Major one for anyone that collects Swamp Thing or Man Thing, because they both did take their inspiration from the Heap. So very cool book. So I'm quite happy to have this. Very hard to find this book. I think there's like maybe less than 20 on the census. It is a really low number of books on the census for this one. Yeah, I was just super excited to get this one. This is a pretty major book, actually. So if you if you ever looking for the first appearance of the prototype, or maybe I'm not sure if it's a prototype, because actually the Heap was actually used even up till today. Even there was recent comics as Spawn actually reused the Heap, believe it or not. I think I have the Spawn in here with the Heap somewhere in this unboxing. But he was used more commonly in the 70s, and he was even reused again when I think it's Airsoul republished the Airboy comics. So definitely a cool character, and it's cool to have finally found his first appearance. I just really lucked out when I found it. So that's the Heap, Air Fighters number 3, and this next one. I found that on eBay, actually, of all places. This next one is, oh wow, this is all big books. Oh my goodness. This was a big one. This is a really big book, very key book. Maybe a little under the radar, but like those who know about it pay up for this book. I've seen this book go for crazy money. And it's a book. It Rhymes with Lust. Now, this is a Matt Baker cover, and it's actually a graphic novel. It's actually the very first graphic novel. And that makes it very cool. So that's why it's a major key. And collectors will go after it for both the Matt Baker cover and for the fact that it is the first graphic novel. So very cool book. I always like these historical firsts, and the fact that this is the very first graphic novel is kind of a cool little novelty. So It Rhymes with Lust, and it's Picture Novels. It's a low grade. You can see, I'll show you why it's low grade. You can see just there. Something has been eating at it. But definitely a really cool book. I mean, the cover presents nicely except for that one corner, so I wasn't too disappointed by the grade. I knew it was low grade. In higher grade, this goes for crazy money, just insane amounts of money. It's pretty crazy. Because I was bidding on one on Heritage, and I just think I got blown away. It's just I didn't have the money to pay for it. But I bought that on my comic shop. It was on my want list. Next one that was kind of a fun one that I picked up is Marjorie. And I like these. These are all from Marvel. This is from 1946. And it's like a part of the series of Good Girl comics that Marvel did. And it's just a really great one. She's like burning the food. But it's pretty awesome. Just a really cute cover. So I really like Marjorie. Okay, next one is interesting. When you see the pictures online, it looks more what I thought it would be, but it's not quite in real life what I thought it would look like. So this is True Romances, and this is from volume 20, number 1, from I'm not sure what year this would be, probably like early 30s. I think like 30 something, 1930 something. And I actually thought this was a negative space variant, or not variant, but negative space cover, because the red of her dress kind of blends in with the red background. And I was trying to find the earliest variant, or earliest negative space variant. I know that the earliest comic is this one with negative space. Okay, so little dot number 11, if you ever want the first negative space cover. But I was curious if there was magazines or something else that had negative space. I believe some of these True Romances have early kind of negative space covers. So that's why I picked this one up. I was just a weird little collecting thing. I don't know. It's going down weird rabbit holes. Okay, and next one is in this big folder. I have no idea what this is. Somebody sent it in a folder, a mailer. Okay. Ah, very cool. Okay. Okay, so I was talking about kind of weird things that I collect with negative space covers. The other thing that I collect is infinity covers. If you know my collection, I have a pretty great infinity cover collection in my comic collection. And then somebody told me about this one. I was like, oh, that's really cool. This is Comics Collector, and it's just a great Batman Infinity cover. And you can see it goes, I always like to count how many times it tries to do the infinity. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5, kind of barely 5, but really, really nice infinity cover. I think this one was fairly affordable too, like $10 or something like that. It was quite nice. This is Summer of 1985. Comics Collector. Batman Infinity cover. That is cool. Okay, last book. I have no idea what this is. This one is interesting. It's well wrapped. We'll see what it is. Hopefully it's something good. I always like to, I just showed some really major ones, and hopefully this is in that same caliber. Oh, it's actually 2 books. Oh, okay. A little bit risque, a little bit risque. This one is another, so this is very thematic. So I like to collect books that have like these weird themes, like either infinity covers, negative space covers. Well, the other thing that I collect is 3D covers. And this is a cool 3D one. This is Betty Page, Captured Jungle Girl 3D. I thought that was just so weird. When I saw this, I was like, oh, that's kind of up my alley. And yeah, so if you ever wanted to see a bondage plus Betty Page plus 3D, well, this is the book for you. So Betty Page, Captured Jungle Girl 3D. So really fun stuff. Yeah, well, that's really cool. And this next one is, I forgot how I just sort of randomly came across this one. And it was really cheap. So I was like, it's so cheap. Why not? It has a really beautiful cover. Kind of reminds me of that, I don't know what style it is, but it's sort of like that 20s, early 30s maybe, sort of style. And it's just classic art for art lovers and students. So just, it's probably like a art figure art book. Probably lots of nudes in it. But this is from 1930. I thought it was cool. I just thought, you know, I like the way the girl's hair is. I just thought it was just such a great cover. So yeah, that's it. That's issue number 8 of that series too. So those are the ones from this unboxing, this part. Stay tuned for part 4. It'll be pretty awesome. Each thing will have some pretty cool stuff in it. I was actually impressed by some of the stuff. I forgot how big the books that I had gotten in this one. What did you think of the heap? Have you ever heard of the heap? Tell me in the comments below. Thanks again for watching. Bye for now.